zoning meeting.
I'll call the village board meeting to order. And would the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Gus.
Here.
Trustee Jensen.
Here.
Trustee Miller.
Here.
Trustee Otterson.
Here.
Trustee Siddick.
Here.
Trustee Wells.
Here.
Mayor Hucker.
Here.
Svengos and Attorney Mack.
If you'd all please stand and join me in the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Tonight we have a consent agenda that includes the following: approval of the minutes of January 24th board meeting, bills presented for payment, the amount of $250,637.65, building, zoning, and TIF report, code enforcement report, economic development report, and the Parks and Recreation report. Is there anything that board members would prefer to have discussed separately? Anything that the public would wish to have the board discuss separately? There being none, I would accept a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Gus.
Aye.
Trustee Jensen. Trustee Miller.
Aye.
Trustee Otterson.
Aye.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
And Trustee.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, moving on to trustee reports. First, we have building and zoning with Trustee Wells.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just for your information, just wanted to give a brief overview for the 2012 building, planning, and zoning and code enforcement accomplishments, which we'll run through very quickly. Just the following highlights for the village. Again, planning, building, and zoning. During the 2012 year, our staff worked very hard to make sure that they were taking care of business, and as a result of that, in the 2012 calendar year, they administered 426 building permits for a total of $170,000 in fees. They issued and administered 79 business certificates, identified and terminated 2 existing and illegal structures, identified and terminated an illegal, unlicensed massage business and use, revised and administered new and more expensive liquor permitting process for 20 bids successfully. They effectively enforced the sign orders for numerous non-conforming temporary signs for over 20 businesses, inventoried over 9 premises, advertising signs in order to prepare for eventual amortization, and oversaw and administered issuing of 1 conditional use permit, 2 variances, 1 text amendment, 2 plat consolidation, and managed 3 TIF applications and submittals, items, and correspondence. And I'd like to just thank the building and zoning staff for their hard work over the course of the year. We expect a very busy and successful year to come. So again, I want to thank the staff for all their hard work, and again, looking for some great things to come in 2013. Thank you.
Thank you. TIF committee has no report tonight. Public Works, we have Trustee Otterson reporting.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, I want to start out by just mentioning that last Thursday we had a little snowstorm. It's not unusual this time of year, although recently it has been a little unusual. But hats off to the Public Works Department. They handled it well. I did not hear any complaints. I'm sure there was someone that wasn't happy somewhere with something, but a lot of complaints about surrounding communities not plowing streets, but our streets were plowed well. We even got a little bit of advertising on the Chicago News. Our friend John was featured on the CBS Evening News being interviewed and did a fine job touting the village and the good job that they did. So hats off to the Public Works Department. Excuse me. The only thing on the agenda is the pay request from the street maintenance project for 2012, the motor fuel tax project. let's see, it's from Payne and Dolan Incorporated. Now, this is full payment from the whole project, besides a 5% retainage that the engineer has recommended that we keep, so the final landscaping can come in the springtime. So we want to hold a little bit of money so we can get them to come back and fix stuff if it doesn't come in nicely. But I would make a motion that we pay Payne and Dolan Incorporated $177,990.03.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? It's my understanding that the only item left is the germination of the seed. Everything, the grading is done, and that's just waiting for the...
Right, they seeded and blanketed and did some things, but we want to make sure it actually comes up and they didn't skip out on any spots.
Yep.
We'll know if they don't turn green, so they'll redo them if we need them to.
All right. Roll call, please.
Trustee Jensen.
Aye.
Trustee Miller.
Aye.
Trustee Otteson.
Aye.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Wells.
Aye.
Trustee Gus.
Aye. Motion carries.
And that was the only thing on my agenda tonight, so
Thank you.
thank you.
Finance Committee, Trustee Jensen.
There you go. We have our monthly Finance Committee meeting next week on the 20th, and we're looking forward to that one. Our staff has prepared the annual budget, and that's our first look at it. So at 6 p.m., any of you that would care to come. And the only other item I have is the following meeting on March. I need to change that date. We're currently scheduled for the 20th. And I'll move that up a week. I'll be out of town, so I'll move that to the 13th.
That's fine. I think we can handle that just through notice and the like. So we'll be moving it from the
20th to the 13th.
20th.
Same time, same place.
Okay. Fair
That's all I
enough.
have.
We'll have that posted and noticed properly.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Public Safety, Trustee Siddick.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I do have one item on the agenda, and this will be for the board to consider a resolution adopting our emergency operations plan. This is something the committee and staff and outside agencies, including Representative Mr. Split from our ESDA department, has put quite a bit of time into. This entire document has all the updated information that's required for a village to have to ensure public safety in the event that emergency should arise. All the proper information is here. I do know that staff has completed the proper NIMS training as of last week. All the key players in this particular operations plan, every staff member has a role in which they will play if an emergency were to take place.
Apparently including me, so that's why
Yes.
I've got to take the ICS 100 and 200 and the NIM 700 and 800 trainings
Yes,
as well.
you are
so
one of those key
working on
players.
that.
So if there's any questions, I would certainly like to make a motion that we adopt resolution number
7.
7 for our emergency operations plan.
That's a motion, and we have a second from Trustee Jensen. Discussion.
Good job. There was a lot of work went into that, I know. And
You bet it was.
I have a question, actually. Are we going to have a dress rehearsal for this?
We have actually discussed that as soon as the weather breaks. We did discuss with staff that some of these key players get together and put together some sort of scenario, an emergency scenario, just that everyone is aware of, or to take part in their role if an emergency were to arise.
Okay, good.
I will volunteer to be victim on gurney. So if you need anybody
You
for
played
that.
the part of man picking up branches, I believe, at the
Yeah, I
last
have done that, yeah.
But to also assure you that staff members are aware
Yes.
and of their current roles as of this document today.
Trustee Wells?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I just want to commend staff who did a tremendous job, and they worked tirelessly on this committee. Chet Split and others who actually made this come to fruition. Again, they put a lot of hard work in, and I just want to say kudos for all your hard work, and good job.
Having actually read every word of this document, I can tell you that it gives you pause to read things titled terrorism policy, air craft crash policy, among the others of wildfires, chemical policy. They call them annexes in here, and it's amendments to the document-specific instructions. And everything from the cooling centers on through plane crashes into a nuclear plant and everything in between. So my hat's off to staff and to the committee and to our ESDA coordinator who all worked tirelessly on this. And we also understand that the county is putting together some, at least one meeting coming up, introducing some new directions that they're taking on the same topic, so we'll be having staff attend there as well. Very good. Any further comment? Then I would ask for a roll call, please.
Trustee Miller.
Aye.
Trustee Otterston.
Aye.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Wells.
Aye.
Trustee Gus.
Aye.
Trustee Johnson.
Motion carries. Thank
That
you.
concludes my report. Thank you.
Public Relations and Economic Development, Trustee Miller.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just a little update. The Public Relations Committee and the staff has met a few times with our contracted website designer, and we're in the process of narrowing down designs for homepage and interior pages, and those decisions are moving along quite well. We're still hoping for an expected rollout of the new site in April. And in the board report in front of you tonight, if you look under new website, you'll see there is an actual a link that you can go home and type in for those of you who haven't seen what the new page is intended to look like.
Looks very nice, by the way.
Yeah, good.
It's a nice compromise from the different views that were discussed before, so that's good.
Okay, and that ends my report for tonight.
Okay. Parks and Recreation, Trustee Gust.
Thank you, Your Honor. Our first event for a year is going to be on March 15th at the Illinois Lodge from 12 to 3. We're going to have corned beef and cabbage and salmon. We'll have entertainment. We're going to give out some gift cards. And that ends my report.
That would be the Luck O' the Irish.
Of the Irish event, our first one for a year.
Are you the live entertainment?
I can't tell you that until that day.
It's a secret.
The suspense is killing me.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Do we have a report on behalf of the village engineer tonight? Okay. Next, we have Village Administrative Services Director, John.
Mayor, before you, there is an ordinance revising the liquor code. Really, what it's changing is the residency requirement for the owner or the operating manager of the liquor license establishment. Under our current liquor code, it requires that the owner or the manager be a Village of Beach Park resident. What this ordinance does is it changes that requirement and gives it a 30-mile radius from the licensed premises. Currently, we have 3 liquor license applications that do not meet the requirement. In the past, it's been something that has been, some of the liquor license holders have struggled to find a operating manager that lives within the Village of Beach Park. One of the current applicants lives in Waukegan, but he lives in the area of Waukegan, which is really completely surrounded by the Village of Beach Park. And so staff looking at this doesn't see the necessary, how the individual living in Waukegan is not as much a part of the community as the actual resident of Beach Park. So what this ordinance would allow would be for the owner or the operating manager to live within 30-mile radius of the business to be licensed.
This is an ordinance that John and I had discussed at some length because of applications and renewals that are coming. This is one item that has been difficult for staff to deal with as managers change, as owners relocate, and it's as a qualifier, it doesn't make a lot of sense to restrict that person to that narrow of a scope to be in the village limits. And so this allows a reasonable response time should a manager need to appear on site for any reason, but more realistically probably stops a little bit of the, let's just say, accommodations that some owners are making to qualify for their license. I think this will clear up a lot of that. Would accept a motion to approve this ordinance.
Ordinance 2.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Trustee Wells.
Aye.
Trustee Gus.
Aye.
Trustee Jensen.
Aye.
And Trustee Miller.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
That concludes my report.
Thank you. Did you have anything from Tracy tonight?
No, sir.
All right.
I do have an update on the Village Hall generator. I know that Tracy had been working on that. That is scheduled for delivery next Wednesday.
Excellent. Another key piece of our emergency operations plan.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do we have anything from the village attorney tonight?
Price of farmland in northern Illinois is up 15%.
There you go.
It's a start.
A good tip.
So you need another raise, is that what you're saying?
They have one yet.
Another, yeah.
When that tall guy shows up, then
I
we
was
know.
thinking that.
Village clerk report.
I have no report.
No report. I have nothing to add to this great event tonight. Now is the time that any citizen that would wish to address the board can do so. Please come up to the podium, state your name, your address, and your case.
Oh, certainly.
My name is Brendan Paxton. I'm a resident of Zion. Thank you, Mark. Holy City. I'm also a county board member. And I wanted to personally invite you all to a community forum the county is having. Every 2 years, the county goes through a strategic planning process. And as a precursor to this process, we want to make sure we get input from the citizens, the residents, municipal leaders of the county. And there are going to be 5 community forums throughout the county. The community forum that is tailored to the northeast portion of the county, although you can go to any one of them you want, and they're all listed there, is Tuesday, March 12th. From 6 to 7, there will be an open house, and basically there will be a lot of displays and other presentations showing exactly what the county does, what the county is responsible for. And then from 7 o'clock on will be the community forum. That will be the time when you can give your input. There will be question and answers, and there will be, I believe, interactive ways that you can just share what you think the direction of the county should be, and just what you think the priorities of the county should be. If you can't make one of these meetings, or specifically the one tailored for the northeast portion, you can go to the county's website and give your input that way as well. There will be several questions and several ways you can just tell us what you think the priority should be. They'll gather all that information, and when we have our strategic planning sessions, we'll take this input and proceed with that. So,
Very good.
I hope that all of you can make it, or at least in one way or another, give your input. That would be great. And this is open to anyone. So if you could share this with other people, or if you would be willing to, that'd be great. You can put it on your website if you so choose. If not, that's fine also. But we're just trying to find out any way that we can to get to the community and make sure they know it.
Question, Brent. So can you give us some idea what areas of strategic planning you'll take input from the public on?
Anything that is county related. So on here kind of gives a little bit of a synopsis, but the past several years we've done this. Transportation has been high on the priority list. I think the last time that we did it, economic development kind of surpassed that. But we also have a section in there on sustainability and public safety. So anything at all that the county does or oversees is something that we would invite input from and welcome any questions or comments.
Would that include block grant allocation?
That would absolutely include block grant.
You know what happened to us this year, don't you?
Well, those are federal funds. Flow through the county.
Not over yet.
We had a problem with the flow problem, with the flow process this year, the first rejection ever.
Well, it's not official until the comment period is done at the end of this month, so that's still out there.
So you can lobby for us. You have time to lobby for us.
Absolutely, right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good point, Don.
Anyone else? Six people, okay.
Joe Hyde, one of the residents. A couple weeks ago, I put in a request for a FOIA on some of the village minutes and some of the committees. After reading over, I was reading on the TIF committee, dated 16 October, the minutes, where it said that it was stated that the Wadsworth TIF is in the red. I'm trying to see what that means. What was Chairperson Walker's then stated that the TIF is in the negative balance. There is no increment available. What does that mean?
We actually have 3 TIF districts that are in that situation out of 4. In other words, the TIF districts were set up. There has been no increase in the EAV, thus creating no increment, so there's been no growth in the TIF funds. However, the costs of setting up the TIF funds are shown as a credit balance in all 3 of those funds. And so when we say they're in the red, that means if ever funds are generated, there's already a encumbrance there, money that the village put forward in order to seed, if you will, these TIF districts. Being optimistic, that would come after the EAVs climbed back to their original levels and then grew from there. Or secondarily, when a project would be built and that would create increment through the increased EAV from a project.
Right now, I thought I read somewhere that there was roughly $1.1 million made available for the TIF fund to be sector.
There's not $1.1 million in any TIF funds right now.
I mean, overall.
I'm not sure what that would be referring to.
TIF will have a limit of $1.39 million that can be spent by the developers.
What are you reading that from?
This is from the Economic Development Meeting, 5 August.
Maybe referring to a specific project.
It may have been a project. I'd be happy to talk with you after the meeting and just so I could see the context in which that's coming from. There's no statutory limits or anything like that applied to any of the TIF districts from a cap, so to speak. It would be limited by the growth of the EAV. You bet. Sure. Thanks for coming. Anyone else? Don't be shy. All right.
Can I give a public service announcement under this?
You're a member of the public.
I have to go over there?
No, you can.
This Saturday, at the Park District office on Dowie Drive in Zion, you guys are all familiar with Michelle Batts, whose son Corey passed away with cancer last summer.
Coach Cliff's daughter?
Right,
Yep.
Coach Cliff's daughter, Michelle. She's been working really hard to do things to pay it back for all the good things people did for her and her family and all the people that she met while he was going through his treatments. She has organized a bone marrow drive at the Park District this Saturday in Corey's name. And you just have to go and they swab the inside of your cheek and it's a DNA thing. And then if the National Bone Marrow Registry database has someone that matches, that you would match, they will contact you to get a hold of you to be a bone marrow donor. So I thought that was pretty neat that they're doing that. So I just wanted to put it out there that it's going to be this Saturday at the Park District from 9 to 11, Saturday morning.
Which park district, Mark?
In Zion.
At the old ice rink.
Right, the old ice rink. We used to call it the Leisure Center, but I don't
Leisure
think it's
Center.
called the Leisure Center anymore.
That went out with leisure suits.
Oh, it still is.
Okay. But anyway, that's kind of a neat thing they're doing. So.
I was
Maybe we
like
could put it on our sign out in front or on the website or something. If I know it's only a couple days away, but
yeah.
we could get some interest.
Good.
That's all.
Thank you.
It's been one other quick item. We have a group of seniors that are interested in starting a neighborhood watch group. A little bit shy about coming out after dark, so we're setting up a meeting next week, Wednesday, the 20th at 3:30. And this is open to anyone in the village who might be interested in starting a Neighborhood Watch organization. It's not just for the seniors, but again, this we scheduled a special time because, again, they a little bit shy about coming out after dark, so we wanted to accommodate their needs. So anyone who has an interest or just want to get more information, we'd be more than happy to have you. Thank you.
You bet. Any other business? Well, that leaves item number 20 on our agenda. I made everybody look. I love it.
I already turned my agenda off, I can't look at it.
Would anyone care to make the motion to adjourn? Second. We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Forgot about that.
Trustee Wells.
Say aye.
Aye.
Trustee Gus.
Aye.
Trustee Johnson. Trustee Miller.
Aye.
Trustee Addison.
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.